শ্রোতা, আপনারা শুনছেন দেশের প্রথম কমিউনিটি বেতার রেডিও পদ্মা 99.2 FM এবং আপনি দেখছেন বাংলাদেশের বর্তমান প্রেক্ষাপটে আর্থসামাজিক, শিক্ষা ও সাংস্কৃতিক উন্নয়নে জার্মান সরকারের ভূমিকা বিষয়ক বিশেষ আলোচনা অনুষ্ঠান। আজকের বিশেষ অতিথি হিসেবে রেডিও পদ্মা স্টুডিওতে উপস্থিত আছেন বাংলাদেশে নিযুক্ত জার্মান রাষ্ট্রদূত পিটার ফার্নহোলজ। আমাদের আপনারা শুনতে পাচ্ছেন www.radiopodda.fm এবং দেখতে পাচ্ছেন facebook/radiopoddaয়। Hello listeners, welcome to a very special program of Radio Podda 99.2 FM, and today is truly special. We have Mr. Peter Farnholz with us today, the Honorable Ambassador of Federal Republic of Germany to Bangladesh. We will be discussing bilateral relation between Germany and Bangladesh in a wide scope for some minutes. But first, welcome to Radio Podda, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I'm so happy to be here in Rajshahi.
We are also very glad that you came to our studio, and we will be presenting you as our special guest here and in our special show. Thank you so much. Before further discussion, I would like to ask you, how is your experience in our beloved city Rajshahi so far?
Well, you know, I left Dhaka city this morning. It was very foggy and the air quality was not so great. And when I came down at the airport and drove into the city, I had a great first impression. I saw so much green, so many trees, the streets were so clean, and the people were not so stressed here and quite relaxed. So I had a great first impression of your beautiful city.
Yeah, and first impression is the best one, because if your first impression is good, then the whole day goes well. All the whole. And I want to let you know that Rajshahi is one of the greenest city in the world. We managed to reduce harmful PM10 particles by 67.2% margin, and more than any other city in the world. I hope you will like it.
Wow, that's really an amazing achievement. I think you should send your people over to Dhaka city to teach them.
Yes, and people all over Bangladesh praises our Rajshahi city for its cleanliness, its friendly behavior, its food, its culture overall. I hope you will like it, and before further discussion, I am very glad that you like it here, and glad to know that you like Rajshahi, sir. Despite its size, Rajshahi as a city has a lot to offer. I hope you will like it more. And sir, right now, let's talk about the German investment in Bangladesh. How much Germany have invested in Bangladesh so far, and what are the plans for future investment in Bangladesh?
Well, you know, we have traditionally German companies have invested in Bangladesh. If you look at a company like Siemens, which has been here already for over 65 years.
Yes.
Building, especially in the energy sector, in other areas. We have companies like Bayer, BASF, who have been here a long time already, Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen.
Yes.
So we have been here with Bangladesh already since the beginning. But now, for the last 10 years especially, we have seen so much economic growth in Bangladesh that even some people in Germany are calling Bangladesh the new tiger of Asia. The new tiger of Asia, which has the highest growth rates in Asia. And of course, so many German companies are looking at Bangladesh now and looking at how they can enter the market. At the moment, we have more than 70 companies which are invested on the ground.
Which is praiseworthy.
Which is quite a number. And about one company is every month arrives here freshly. So that means we will see many more companies coming in here in many different areas. If you look at DHL, for example, or Evonik or Fresenius doing medical care instruments. And I'm sure we will see the assembly of an important German car maker within a few years in Bangladesh.
Amazing, and I am, and the people of Rajshahi and people of Bangladesh are really glad to know this information, I guess. Okay, then every major investment has its hurdles. I hope you will agree with me. And what kind of problem or situation you faced while investing in Bangladesh so far?
Well, you know, every country in the world must explain to the potential investor why they should invest their money in their country.
Definitely.
You see? Because business is not a government enterprise. A business will always look for the best opportunity to be invested. So we see great potential in Bangladesh, great opportunities, but we also see many problems.
Yes, yes,
You see, the bureaucracy is too much.
yes.
It takes such a long time for a
Long
business,
procedure.
long procedure for a business to be up and running and in operations. Then we have tremendous amount of corruption.
Yes.
And as you know, even the Honorable Prime Minister has said that corruption must be fought at all levels. And I'm really happy that I can really support this. Corruption really needs to come down if you want to have more Western companies coming into the market in Bangladesh. The third factor is the regulatory framework, the laws. The laws need to be changed to make it more investor friendly.
We have laws, but those laws are primitive in nature. I guess we have to implement more new laws so that we can excite foreign investment as well, I guess.
Yes, you need newer and better laws, and also just take away many laws which you don't need. At the moment, a company, I think, needs approval of 37 government agencies before they can truly start their operations, you know.
Yes, yes.
There are other countries where you can set up business within 1 week. So Bangladesh is a big country. You have the 8th largest population in the world, the 38th largest economy in the world. Your per capita income is higher than Pakistan and will overtake India within 2 years.
Yes.
You will become the richest nation in continental Southern Asia. So this tremendous potential needs a lot of investment to build roads and bridges and railroads and airports and hospitals and schools. And on a global scale, there's so much capital, money available that would come to Bangladesh if it were made easier for the money to come here.
And investment needs a time-friendly environment, corruption-less environment, I guess. And
Right.
on that note, I want to ask, does Germany has any specific plan for investment into the education sector of Bangladesh? Because you already mentioned about medicine or medical sector, other sector as well. So I want to know about the investment in education sector.
Well, the education sector is extremely important, right? But it mainly depends on your own government to develop the education sector. What I can say is that the German government values academic exchange very much. We want more students from Bangladesh to come to Germany. We want more postgraduates and researchers and scientists from Bangladesh to go to Germany. But we also want German students and scientists to come to Bangladesh
As well.
as well. That's what exchange is all about. It has to go in both directions. And through these personal encounters and friendships and networks, academic progress will follow, right?
And educational exchange means intelligence exchange, and I hope Bangladesh and Germany's friendly environment or friendly behavior will help us, and in our education sector it will create a new arena as well. On that note, I heard you went to Rajshahi University today. As a matter of fact, I am currently a student of Rajshahi University Department of Law. How was your experience today at Rajshahi University?
Well, first of all, I had a very nice talk with the Vice Chancellor, who is truly
He's a nice person.
enlightened professor and leader of the university. And he's so much interested in working more with international universities at the international level. Then I went to the Department of Foreign Languages, and I saw it's a big department where many students are learning foreign languages. And it's very important because English will only go so far. If you want to do business or live in Germany, in France, in China or Japan, you need to learn the local language. It is extremely important. Then I had a long session with about 50 students of the Modern Language Department, and which really was amazing. These young people, how bright they were, their ambition. They were so keen to learn, and they wanted to use all the globalized world that can offer to them to study abroad, to work
Yes.
abroad, and to come back home. It was such a great experience to meet these young people.
And I want to make you know that we have lots of foreign students here studying in Rajshahi University, and they are having quite a friendly environment here. And we are happy that a Somalian student, German student, student from France, and as well, and student from India came here to study in Rajshahi University in various departments. Thank you so much, sir. And right now, I want to ask something about our e-passport, and I would like to thank you because Germany recently invested in the e-passport development in Bangladesh. As a nation, we are grateful to have friends like Germany who supports us in our continuous development. And to that note, we are thankful to you as the ambassador of Federal Republic of Germany for your tireless effort to help Bangladesh grow. And right now, I want to ask you about the e-passport and why Germany invested in this sector and what are the plans in future.
Well, in Germany we have the most modern technology available to produce passports and other identity documents. But it was actually...
This is quite a necessary thing.
Yes, because nowadays in the modern world you need these modern biometric electronic passports if you want to travel everywhere in the world. But the decision was actually done by your Prime Minister.
Yes, sir.
She had the vision to see that the Bangladeshi people will need this passport because so many of your people travel abroad. You're one
they are
of the
studying abroad, they are working there.
abroad. You're one of the most
They are
mobile
going for
peoples.
vacations.
Yes, you're one of the most mobile peoples in the world. So you need a good passport. And it was her decision to invite this company. And with this company, I can tell you, you have the most modern passport in the world.
And we are really glad to have your support and cooperation in that sector. Thank you so much. And I was thinking to have an e-passport sooner and better. Okay, sir, let's go to the topic of climate change. Changing topic to climate change is really necessary, I think. Rajshahi as a city had its own set of problems due to climate change, but we perceived as of right now, Rajshahi is one of the greenest city in the world, as I mentioned earlier. So I want to know that Germany is leading in the charge in the fight against climate change, doing more than any other country in the world. And I'm really glad to say that Germany is actually having the total climate change in the arena of the world. So what are your thoughts regarding that and climate change as a whole?
Well, climate change is a fact.
Yes.
It's the biggest challenge that humanity has to face at the moment, and we all need to act together. And in Germany, we decided to shut off all fossil power and nuclear power within the next 20 years, and to really work only with renewable energy. Bangladesh is the most affected country in the world.
Yes, sir.
There are some island nations in the Pacific also, but your country, your people are among the most affected in the world, and your government is doing a lot to protect its people. And also Germany, as development partners, we are giving a lot of money
Yes, yes.
to mitigate the effects of climate change. And actually recently, last Saturday, a Bangladeshi filmmaker, his name is Simon, he invited me to his home and he showed me a movie about a family which was affected by climate change because the high tidal water took away their home.
And sweep away.
Swept away, and then they had to migrate somewhere and to rebuild their house. And it's a documentary film which really showed me how strong the Bangladeshi people are fighting for survival, facing climate change.
We came from a generation where we had to fight for our language, we had to fight for our nation, and I guess you know about our liberation war at 1971.
Of course.
And we fought through all of it, and I guess with your support and cooperation, we will fight to this climate change as a whole. Okay, sir. Sir, I came to know that you have been in Bangladesh since 2018, if I'm not wrong. What are your feelings about Bangladesh, and what can we do to make Bangladesh a prime example in the world, as Germany is already an advanced one? So what can be your suggestions, because you are here from 2018. It's been quite a long time. So I guess with your experience and with the time, you can say or you can discuss or you can advise us something what we can do for a better future or better Bangladesh.
Well, I must say, when I arrived in Bangladesh, I was so surprised. I must admit that I had wrong perceptions about your country before coming here. I only realized when I came here how much progress there has been, how much development there has been. And I think your government should do more as an outreach to other countries to show how much has been achieved in Bangladesh already and what potential this country has. So I've been here, I've tried to travel a lot, as I'm in Rajshahi, but I've been to Panchgarh and Sylhet and Khulna. I tried to travel a lot, and I tried to meet as many people as possible. Also, just normal citizens, to understand your country and your culture better. And I really love your food and music, by the way.
Yes, and I will really appreciate if you try our kalai roti. It's the best kind of thing. You can find it here in
Really?
Rajshahi. Yes, it's the best food, and I will make sure that you must have the kalai roti of our Rajshahi. It's a very famous food here. Okay, sir, as you know, Radio Podda is the first community radio in Bangladesh. We told you earlier, we are trying to create public awareness about multiple issues here. Our advocacy has led to measurable change in society and Bangladesh as a whole. As a representative of the German government, what are your thoughts on community radio? Do you have any plan regarding investment into community radio sector, or what are your advices here so that we can bring something good in community radio sector?
No, I think community radios play a very important role in strengthening the solidarity among local communities.
Yes.
You see, especially since community radios have an interest, more like a public interest, while private radios are more commercial.
Commercial in nature.
So I think community radios are extremely important, especially in a developing country like Bangladesh, because you can also transmit a lot of information to people, and members of the community can also come here and participate in the making of a program or in broadcasting. So I really was very happy to see that you have this vibrant radio station here in Rajshahi, and I really want to encourage you to do this, and I hope they have many other stations like this in other parts of the country.
Yes, we have a few radio stations. Those are working as community radio, and we are really glad to make you know that we are the first largest community radio in Bangladesh, and we are working in advocacy sector as well. We are trying to make people know about their rights, their privileges. We are trying to give them advocacy as well.
Very good. It's so important, people, development of a country has to include everybody.
Yes.
If only the big companies get rich, it's not good development. You see,
Yes.
Everybody needs to participate, every citizen, every man, woman and child needs to profit from development and progress. This
Yes,
is
sir.
very important. So if you as a community radio tell the people their rights, I really want to encourage you to do this.
And sir, you will be glad to know that we have some programs like Break the Silence. We are trying to aware our girl children about their rights, about their sexual harassment issues, because in Bangladesh we are facing this sexual harassment matter a lot, and we are trying to engage lots of people here, and we are trying to engage the people in from age to 5 to 55, so that everyone can get the privilege of having a community radio in Rajshahi, and people are actually getting help. And we have some programs, we are calling them phone live show. People are calling us, and we are trying to give our best support so that they can get advocacy as well. And I am presenting a show called Break the Silence, where people are actually giving us stories that happen to them in real life, and we are trying to create more awareness so that people can get help and girl children can get more help.
Oh, that's great, really. I'm very happy to hear that you are active in this area, because we have this problem exists, of course, in every country of the world.
Yes, sir,
you
yes,
see?
sir.
But I've been reading your newspapers, and I see it's an issue here. And actually, my embassy last year, we organized a workshop for self-defense for young women and girls. We had somebody
Yes,
coming
sir.
over from Germany, and they taught these young girls how to defend themselves.
Dowry issues and girl children are having beaten in their families. They are giving early marriage, etc. are very common in Bangladesh and Rajshahi as well. So we are trying to make them learn that you have the right, and you must know the laws, and you must work for it, and you must grab your rights from us. Thank you so much, sir. And as a student of law, I am trying to give them advocacy so that they can get more help. Thank you so much, sir. We are really thankful to have you, and I am really lucky that I have the opportunity to talk to you, and you managed to sit with us from your busy schedule. Radio Podda and the people of Bangladesh are really thankful to the German government and German people for their friendship and support towards a brighter future. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.